I am the last of the original KYKC crew. We came on the air in 91. And I took a 2-year hiatus back in the mid-90s, but I was here day one when we came on the air. I was here until 96. Then I went to work for Boeing Aircraft. I worked for them for 2 years, but layoff. And called the boss and said, "What's the possibility of getting back on the air again?" He said, "Real good, come talk to me."
Monday morning, G Oklahoma, checking out that forecast. Got a 70% chance of shower for broadcast radio station.
My first radio gig was in 1977 in McAllister. And I like to kid around. The song of WKRP says town to town, up and down the dial. That's true. Nobody really inspired me. I've always had a love for music. In high school, I played in bands, I spun records at dances. And I was really going to go to college to get a music degree. But then I got to thinking the only thing I can use that for is to teach, and I'm not a teacher. So a buddy of mine suggested radio, and that's where it started, back then.
Good morning, Oklahoma, and welcome to the wonderful world of Monday.
I went from McAllister to Poteau, from Poteau to Fort Smith to Texas to Tulsa, and somehow I ended up in Ada, America. It's hard to believe next year I will mark 40 years in this business.
Of course, 4 days until Veterans Day. That's coming up this Thursday. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get stuffed like a butterball turkey.
The interaction with the people, and I like to kid too. This is the only job I know of where I get paid to go crazy.
All that plus more country music than you can shake a stick at. I like to say we've got everything from Alabama to Zach Brown and everything in between. It's a Monday morning edition of the Coffee Shop and Wake Up Show.
So I've probably got to meet every country artist that I've ever wanted to. Very memorable ones, the Statler Brothers, Mel Tillis, Charlie Pride. So those are some of the highlights. And of course, being in Ada, Blake will periodically pop in, and I like to give him a ration of stuff. Give him a hard time, because around Ada, he's just Blake. For prizes, they play for blood, but if you're giving away a large amount of cash, they'll cut your heart out. Case in point, KVOL in Tulsa. We played a game called Country Music Bingo. And you listen throughout the day, and instead of having numbers on your bingo cards, you had artists like Brad Paisley, Dierks Bentley, Gary Allen. As soon as we played one of the songs, you got to cover them. We played hourly for 117. We played 1 day a week for 1,170. But the stipulation is you can't call a request. And a guy called you up. I was working the afternoon that day, and he said, "If you'll play a certain artist, I can bingo." And I'm like, "Man, I can't do that. We can't. That's the stipulation. We can't play requests." And he got very angry. He said, "You're not going to play it for me?" I said, "No, I can't. I'll lose my job." So he threatened. He said, "Well, I'm going to be waiting for you. There's going to be a bomb in your truck when you get off." So I had to have security walk me out of the truck after we got done. And had he not called, the artist that he requested, I had in my hand. I was getting ready to play. So it's weird. It's fun. But that's radio.
KYKC. It's time to get up, move your lazy butt. It's time to get up. It's Monday. Your boss is a jerk. With his silly spark, he'll drive you berserk today. Soon you will feel frustration when traffic will be jammed.